Okay, so today I'm going to do my one classical game. I can't remember. It's been a few days since I played it last, and I'm trying to make this like my main regular chess series that I do. So at least a couple times a week I should do it, but I'm in a little bit of a danger zone now because we've gotten past the provisional boost area where I got to like 1771. So that was quite a good use of the provisional boost in the sense that I got from 1620, which I hadn't played in a long time, like over a year. And so from 1620 in only a handful of games, I got all the way from 1620 to 1771. And now I'm no longer considered provisional, and that rating actually shows up in my profile like as my highest rating ever, right? The 1771. But then I lost a couple as well. And so now, even though the gains and losses aren't that high as they were now, it's starting to become more realistic, right? Like instead of gaining 50, you're gaining like 10 to 20 or something. But I'm at 1735, which means if I lose a couple, and I obviously broke over 1750. So the rule with that is every time I hit a 50 mark, right? If I get to 1650 like I had been before, now I can't fall below 16 or I have to delete my account. So with this, I got to 1750. So now if I fall below 17, I have to delete my account. So I'm at 1735. So if I lose like 2 games in a row now, right, or even a couple cumulative, like three out of 2, or if I lose 2 out of 3, right, like I lose one, I win one, I lose one, that still could do it, like something like that, where 1735 is not much of a cushion, so that's pretty dangerous. So I need like a couple quick, easy wins. I'm just gonna play one here, but no, I generally like the setup, but this thing's hanging off the table a bit too much, so this position is not the greatest. I don't know what I can do about it. Right, my table's just not big enough. Everything is a little uncomfortable, but I guess it's worth it for the gimmick of this, which again, it simulates a lot of what you'd be doing with already dropped a piece. It simulates a lot of what you'd be doing with a lot of these other sets in terms of, again, if it was chess up or anything else, it would be pretty much the same idea. So let me set this up and connect it to the Bluetooth thing. Only bad thing is you have to use your little phone app for it, and also I can't show the time. I keep saying I'm going to get one of these clocks, and the reason why is because I could manually hit like both sides of it and do it like that, and that would be pretty fun. Also, the battery runs out typically a little bit fast, but okay, so the problem with this is if I pull it up more like this, you might not be able to see the actual you might not be able to see the actual rooks at the edge of the board super well, but I guess it's good enough. Like this one here, you can only kind of see it. You can kind of assume what it is, but if it's something else later in the game, that's too bad. I don't know why the angle of it is so hard to get. Like my webcam's not very good, but also it shouldn't matter. Like there's some sort of zoom thing you would need to do with it where you got to zoom out because it's too close, and I don't know, the position is all messed up. Yeah, let's just play one game. It's taking me a while to even set this shit up. Yeah, this is going to be exclusively classical that I play on here unless like a friend wants to play or whatever. But as far as ranked and significant games, we can do them on here. And we're trying to get to 2000 overall in a long-winded sense, which, you know, that was quite a bit of progress. I mean, we got from 16 to almost 18 in only a matter of a couple games. So that's what the provisional thing can do for you. If you just, whenever you're stuck, just stop playing for a while. And then if you win the next couple games, you'll get way more than you would have otherwise. Instead of winning 10 games with great difficulty, just win 2 and you'll get 100 rating either way. Right, with the way that, so we're missing a pawn here somehow. That is a nightmare with this type of board. Like if you lose one single piece, then you can't use it anymore, at least with the functionality, because you can't just use any random piece, right? You'd have to buy like, oh, just that piece or a whole nother set, because even if I lose like one pawn, that could be the issue. And one thing that seems to work in kind of a wonky way is the promotion, is the fact that you still have to touch it on the screen to choose what you promote to or something like that on the app. Otherwise, you don't have to use or look at the app at all, aside from the time aspect of it. But yeah, there's something weird with that, and then you only have one queen, so I'm not sure. Like one extra queen, so I don't know if you make more than that. You would think that typically doesn't happen, but what if it does? What if I want to BM and over promote and get like 4 queens or something like that? So I don't like the angle of this because you can't really see the rooks. super well, right, on the edge there, but I could maybe pull it a little bit. Oh man, this is more of a table issue. I'm not gonna blame the board for that so much, but it's so annoying. So like, can you barely see? You can barely see this rook, or even tell what it is. So the point is, if something else is there, you might have trouble recognizing it because it's so awkwardly placed. Alright, whatever. Let's just start. We'll play one game. It's going to be a rated game, classical chess 30 minutes, and it's going to be, we're 1735 rating, which is still pretty good, but I mean, I obviously fell off a little bit. Something is a little off center. And of course, these queue times can take a while just because it's not too many people play classical, especially at this rating. Even if I get like a little lower rated opponent, I'd be fine with it. So he is going to play as white. So we go like this. I'll go like this. I always feel compelled to play the opening a bit too fast, which I shouldn't do, but I'm afraid of some little abortion or something happening. I mean, adjusting pieces should be totally legitimate, but yeah, I gotta find a better table for this. This is so ridiculous. I've played on here a number of times, but you would think when you're doing that, this is the problem with the rollable aspect. Like, I don't want it to be rollable right now, but it's just like that. All right, so there you went there. It shouldn't count it as a boarding now. And whenever I play somebody, it always shows their phone icon. Like, and it's not showing my battery icon either. Normally it'll show like how much battery there is. Okay, let's just do this, I guess. And okay, you go here. They're playing some kind of opening gambit, but I don't really care as long as I get to. As long as they don't have their bishop out there, I could care less. Right, nothing should really happen with this. It should just be straight up fine. Okay. You could sort of guarantee the trade with the knight. That would be one good thing to do. Go to like a4. He's just like way too active too early. I just chill out. So now you could sort of pin this into there and attack it, but they could always raise it. So let's just castle, get it over with. As black, that's my goal more so, you know, even as white, I kind of play like that, but as black especially, I feel like, you know, it's a little bit more annoying. You're more prone to make mistakes in the opening and stuff like that. I could raise that pawn. I could double raise it. The d5. And the reason why I could do that... No, I should pin it first, though, is the point. I should pin it first, and the reason why I should pin it first is because... then they'll come there with the knight, and then I'd have to, like, recover it. But... I could... the point is I could block the thing here. I could block it with the pawn. I'm trying to go to d5. So if they go here, they can't even move it. But I also don't want to leave it there for too long. So what I really wanted to do was, again, this. Oh, but I don't have enough cover on there, actually. Right, let's do this as a multifaceted move. It gives my knight somewhere to go, and it stops their knight from coming in. They castle as well. Okay. This side of the board, man. Okay, so now we gotta move the knight, and then I also wanted to do the thing. Oh, I guess I could have done it. I'm so stupid. Like, I'm saying I can do it, then I can't do it. If I had moved the pawn here, they would take, I would take, they would take, I would still take, but now I can't do it. I guess I could have theoretically done it. Sometimes it'll keep re-highlighting the same thing, but... What is this? What is this, man? All that sliding around on that side of the board, I really can't figure it out. It's like I have to zoom out the camera more, and again, this webcam is pretty shitty, but whatever. As long as you convey the general idea of it, I'm fine with it. Low quality play and low quality content to match, or, you know, low quality visuals at least to match. You move it back there, and then can I finally go like this? So there'd be the en passant play. And if they do the en passant play, I could easily take it. Or something even more organic. That I could take this potentially. Because you can't cover with the pawn, but you can cover with the knight. So can I just push that stupid knight out? And that would probably be pretty good. Hey, Reckless, how's it going? Thanks for the follow. Pretty good. All right, let me think. If I can push out, the problem is my development is pretty bad here. I guess I could double, if I just double attack it. Now, I mean, a tunnel vision too much on this one idea, though. Right now, it's pretty advanced. Like, I doubt this person would see it. Okay, but he is rectifying that, I guess, so now if I take it, it doesn't matter. The one thing I was trying to do this whole time is I was trying to... How much is that board? This cost me about 200. It's called the SquareOff Pro, and it's if you go on their site, it says around 300, but I got it like on Walmart, and it was only like 188 plus tax, so I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, if you do look for it, look on Walmart.com, and it might still be a little cheaper. Yeah, that's not bad. It doesn't have the magnetic aspect where it'll move your opponent's pieces automatically, but compared to chess up, I guess it's not bad. But yeah, it transcribes my moves online, but not... I was expecting it to have that too, but I guess that would have been too much to ask, like where it would magnetically move their pieces too. You love it. Okay, what am I doing here? I got to... If they do that, I could take back and Pizant take. So this is really what I want to do. I want to go here. And I messed up, I think, because they can just take for free. So I don't know why I did that. That's the problem. When you tunnel vision on like one thing over and over and over, even though you know it's not the right thing to do, I just do it anyway. Yeah, lights up like that to show your opponent's move and stuff. I have chessboard, but I'm missing a pawn. Like a board like this, or just like a real physical board? Let me see here. I don't know why I did that. I just blundered a pawn for no reason. So they can take my knight. Oh, a physical board. I guess he could use something just as a placeholder. That's always what we would do when we're kids. Like we promote and we just use like a little, I don't know, like a coin or something to represent the queen because we didn't have another one. Most boards wouldn't really come with extra pieces like that either. So like, yeah, if you have everything still on the board mostly, how can you promote? Or I still have my queen and I promote another one. But I have extra pawns in your second set. Nice. What kind of set is it? Like a wooden set, a glass set? Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here or why I played like that because he's no longer pinned. And I don't necessarily want to take it for no reason, but my development is very messy. Like, this position is so ugly. A wood plastic set? Cool. You love wood. I always like glass from the aesthetic of it, but it's kind of clumsy to actually use it. You play bullet on there and you'll end up cutting yourself or something, the way that people go nuts with how fast everybody plays. You know what? Plastic is more realistic. Okay, what I need to do is I need to I have 22 minutes. He has 28. Of course, everybody's a speed demon on here besides me, even when they're playing a format like Classical, which makes no sense at all. Okay, let me try to do this. Okay, we'll move the knight. No, I almost did the touch move roll, but I didn't actually touch it. Man, I'm playing really badly. I don't like this. Can you play with friends? Is that bored by itself? Yeah, you can get challenged by friends on the sites, and like you could physically just play it like normal, I guess. But yeah, somebody challenged me from Lichess or chess.com, and that works. Pretty much the main thing you can't do is you can't play like other game modes, it seems like, where I tried to like play a tournament and it wouldn't work for that, or you have to kind of queue up through the app for it, unfortunately. So like just the fixed time formats and stuff. But yeah, like if I want to play a variant or something, like I wanted to play 960, and it would be kind of very doable because you could just rearrange the pieces yourself, but I guess you would have to know the position ahead of time for the sake of time. Now that's odd because it's not actually covered, even though, man, I'm really kind of throwing. I don't know why I'm playing like this. Like if you do this now, okay, they'll bring the queen, or they'll unleash like the knight. I don't see like a really good unleash to do. Like I'll just do it. If they win, they win. I'm not in a good mood about this game. I don't know what happened. I just started off playing so badly. I don't even want to play. Can I see a light? Can I see the light square? Uh, which light square? What is this guy doing? I don't understand. Now I can trap the queen in there, except I really can't. The blue light, like yeah, see, like it lights up here a little bit. I don't know how well you can see that on the stream. I'm black. So let me think about the material here, because this game makes no sense. I have two rooks, one queen. So he has two rooks, one queen. I have the bishop and the knight. He has two knights and a bishop. So he's up a whole piece from that, I suppose. And I'm very confused because I don't know. I feel like I'm just throwing this game. So if he can like unleash the knight, so I don't really like the way this is going. You can unleash the knight for a check. And you are black? Yeah, I'm black. I'm not playing with myself. I'm playing online, but it's like I have to make their moves for them, otherwise it won't register. So I have to play their moves as white, but then I'm playing my moves as black, and so it's transcribing my move online, and I'm transcribing their move from online to the board. Okay, what do? I wish I was white though, with the way this game has gone. So I guess what you can do is you can basically he's gonna unleash and check there, so I'm gonna have to go. Maybe I should just preempt it, but I don't know what's happening. But still, it looking like you're playing with yourself. I mean, in a manner of speaking, you are. The alternative to that is if it had the magnets on the other side, but those tend to be a lot more expensive. Where it's like, now that I could take, couldn't I? Like, what's stopping me from taking that? Oh, the fact that, uh, You could check again there. I'm just gonna get mated right now. Yeah, it would like magnetically move your opponent's pieces for you. How much a magnet cost? Those kind of boards that move automatically would be like, I think, more around 600 to 800. There's one by this company that's like 600. There's one by Chestnut, I think it's called. Somebody was telling me about. That one's like 800. So that's in a whole nother class. So yeah, I wouldn't really have gone out of my way to get that. This is more just in the class of chess up where you're able to do the basic functionality of it. He moved the knight there when he could have given a check with the... Man, I'm so confused by this game. I have no idea what he's doing. That was probably a horrible mistake on their part, but I'm still in such a bad spot. They could have done something much more crushing there. And so what I can do is I can maybe... I almost want to pin that with the queens. No. All my pieces are just sort of inactive and just not capable of doing anything. Let's see here. It's attacking the queen, so I'll move the queen, but I don't really know where. Anywhere you go with the knight is not a big deal now. You had a chance to give a very devastating check there. That might have even been mate. 800, yeah, that's mom's salary with my dad's salary combined. With my brother's salary, 3 people in my house. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend something that expensive. Even this I just got kind of as a gimmick. But I guess I thought that it was I thought it would have the magnets, but I guess that was just wishful thinking because it's unrealistic to really expect that. Now, I could take with the bishop. I can't take with the queen. I take with the bishop. He's going to pin it down. I am so completely out of sorts this game. It's like he can kind of fork, but he really can't even fork because then I could still... Okay. Now... there's a problem here because if I go to the back rank, he can take the rook. And if I go next to the rook, then he can unleash with the knight. The good thing here, though, is maybe the unleash isn't that good, but it kind of is. So I have no choice but to go to the other square here, which is going to be like that. I mean, this is just a disaster. I may as well just resign right now. I don't know why I'm playing this out. Why is that illegal? I'm not in check. Sometimes it'll bug out like that. Oh, no, I am in check, so I deserve to lose for that reason alone. Never mind, I'm wrong. You'll have the unleash check either way, so I guess I'd rather lose a rook. I mean, I can't even explain what happened this game. This is so stupid. Just forget it. You can win the queen, I don't care. I mean, if I lose like one more after this, I have to delete my account, so I don't know why I'm not taking this seriously at all. Lose a rook, then a queen. Yeah, I probably should have done that, but... I don't even understand, like, how I played like this. Just completely... Just from the beginning, I wasn't even trying, like... Okay, if you go here, you can just move the thing. It's double attacked. Go like this. You don't live in America? Well, regardless of that, I'm just saying I wouldn't have... I wouldn't buy an $800 board either, no matter where I live. Now, if I take that, they would just mate me, I guess. There's nothing I can even do. Maybe I should do another one just to decide the fate of my account. Let's see how much we lost from that, this is one bad thing is you use the app, but then you can't see the UI properly of, like, it won't tell me actually what they're rating. Well, they were 1757, but now I don't know what I am now after the game. It won't really show you that. So let me actually go on my phone and check. In Uno moves. That was one of my worst games I've ever played. I don't even know what happened. I could blame the board that it's like somehow distracting me. Let's see here. I am at 17-14. So if I lose the next game, why don't we just do it? I have to delete my account and I might just be done playing chess because this is a hard permadeath condition that I have. And it is very strange that it's come to this, but that's sort of the double-edged sword of getting to 16 or 1750 because it was a good thing, but now it turns into a high stakes situation. So let me try it. I think it makes such an insane difference whether I play white or black because I get kind of tilted in the opening if I'm black. Right, whereas as white, I'm just comfortable and you can just kind of do whatever you want. I'll do one more just to indulge the mortality of this. Even though I played absolutely terrible. Now this stupid folding thing is gonna bug me. It's a foldable board, so you can take it with you to the park, but it's not like I am the type to do that anyway. Or in that case, I'd almost rather just take a real board. Okay, is that everything? We got these two. So this could be the final game of my Lichess whole life, and I don't have any refuge of what site to go back to. Like, this is pretty much the biggest game ever, even though I just had that like on New Year's where I could have fallen below 16, and that would have been the end of my account too. But in this case, it's if I fall below 17 now. So with this, you can barely see the rook. So let me actually try to adjust it a little bit. I really hate this webcam. It's so useless. I'll back it up a little, and I don't know what difference that's going to make. Now, you have that little black thing in the way. It's sort of what it's standing on, and that still doesn't help. Damn it. It's almost like I don't want to move the table itself that this is on. And the reason why is because if it's further away, that might be good. Okay, let me try it now. This is going to be... Okay, that looks a little better, I guess. You have that little black reflective thing in the way a bit. Let me try to troubleshoot this. This could be the last game I ever play, so that would be insane. Okay, how about like that? We tilt it up a little bit. That's about as good as you're gonna get. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more. That guy was 1757. I just gotta hope and pray that I'm white because apparently I can't. You know, I just cannot do anything as black. And then I'll end up getting an anticlimactic draw anyway, but... So stupid. I should probably analyze a game like that because I have no idea. Only you in here? Like what, in the chat? His queue times take forever for classical too because nobody plays classical. Yeah, for now. I mean, I do have a lot of people. Oh, I'm not white though. God damn it. Okay, I just have to take my time in the opening or this guy might actually have bored out because he's not even doing anything. Or this app almost makes it seem like they can wait as long as they want because it doesn't really abort. Okay, I can do my King's Indian shenanigans that I always try to do. If I just play solid and patiently, I'd be fine. They're trying to do the King's Indian of their own as white. Odd. Bro thinks he's me. I couldn't ask for anything safer to play against, so that's perfect. Right, that's like my dream come true. So now I can't complain about the opening. I just have to actually concentrate in a long form sense, and I have to definitely trade stuff off in a way that that last game was just completely stupid. Okay, so we have... Where would I want my pawns to really go here is the question, and the answer is... I'm not sure which bishop is going to be... So we'd want the pawns on the dark square on the queen side, based on my pink flamingo idea. So what you have is... I don't really want to move the pawn here, or I could move it up twice. Let's do this as a safe move to do. And the reason why is because if I bring out the knight, they could just harass it, right, with the pawn, so I don't want that to happen. This allows the bishop to move, and so the bishop can kind of pin the knight to the queen if he decides to go that route of moving that particular pawn. If not, I can double push this pawn. They can take, I can take, which I don't even really want to do that either. So I don't want to trade necessarily the light square bishop for the knight, but I could create the scenario, right, where they have no choice. The preference is always to trade the knight for the knight, or the knight for the bishop, rather, would be the best. Trading a bishop for a knight is always a trade down, or so it feels, because I always talk trash about knights, and they suck so much, and you definitely don't need two of them. Yeah, we get the luxury of doing like in real life emotes. We can do thumbs up, thumbs down. I could do something more profane too. It's all kind of just because I don't use a webcam very often, only for gimmick stuff like this. Either, you know, I was doing this, I was doing the Rubik's Cube that you could probably see in the background there. I was doing like the Kindle Scribe, all these kind of things that I use only once in a while. But okay, so we could try to take the knight. But if I didn't take the knight, what would be the answer? Like, I gotta trade a knight, but they're not letting me do anything with it. If I move the pawn on the b file, then they'll be attacking immediately into there. But if I move the pawn, or if I move the knight, then they'll just attack it with the pawn potentially. Oh, but they can't. But then they could do some sort of cheeky unleash. Like the other knight has its back, so I guess if he pushes, I can just take it, and then he could unleash with the knight and then be threatening. But you move the queen to here, so they're not playing like super sharp because they're making a lot of repetitive moves that don't really matter too much, that you don't really need to worry about. So the point is that I'm going to make a risky move now and possibly get myself in trouble because there's no reason to be doing this. See, the longer I wait before I trade is a direct correlation to my potential defeat, because you end up stalling for too long. Like now I can move the pawn finally, but then the knight is still pinned into the other thing. And I guess I was wrong about that too. The fact that, oh, he couldn't push the pawn. He could have totally pushed the pawn because he had the queen cover, which he now just gave up. Like, I'm not paying attention at all. Like, if this is my last game, then, you know, I almost deserve it because this is just ridiculous. I'm not going to say that playing on this distracts me, but I'm just not playing well in general. Even before I started using this, I was on a bad streak. I was on one of my best streaks ever, getting to like 17 plus in rapid, and then I just have played like garbage since. So move the queen there, and again, you got to be aware of the pawn push, but at least now, so the worst case, I would have just had to move the knight back, but I mean, all these kind of wasteful moves are not appreciated. I'd move the pawn, then I'd move I could almost move the rook first. I could move the rook to the b file first, just to remove any concern with that. So much you have to do to acquiesce to the stupid knight that just gets in the way of everything all the time. Alright, we can't get too tilted by that last game. This is okay. Everything's fine in this position, so I could move the rook. I could move the... It's not like the bishop needs to be there anyway, so... Okay, you'll go here. You'll attack probably that knight. Either way, they're adequately covered, so... That's fine. So all I want to do is I want to go ahead and do this. Just solve the problem of whatever pin that could cause later, even though there was no real need to do it there because... I don't know, I'm just paranoid on account of the knight, so it's okay. Because he's got two things in the way now that could pose too much of a problem for him. So if he pushes the pawn, I could just take. I could take with the pawn. He takes with the pawn. I move the knight back. It's okay. Like, it's awkward. And again, so much of it is on account of acquiescing to the knight. See, like, the upside of the knight is okay, but the downside is so extreme, especially in the early game, that that's what makes it such a bad piece. Like, it's way too much of a victim. It's way too much of a easily threatened kind of piece. It can't fight back. It's just kind of very limiting, right? It's getting in your way so much. And what they did there was that... I don't know why they moved the queen there, to be honest with you. Move the pawn here. Okay. Move the pawn there, and then we raise the thing here so I can try to develop the bishop would be the only logical play. I guess I could double push a pawn here to the... No, I can't do it. Okay, so we'll bring the bishop there, and again, the end result of all this work for the bishop is, oh, we're just gonna trade it for the bishop, or maybe even the knight, which, yeah, I denied that trade for the knight, and look at how much trouble, how many more moves I have to go through now. That seems like a terrible move. I almost can't believe it. So now you have the ability to... What could that possibly even do for you? What is that? So they could harass the knight a little bit with the pawns, as they could do at any point in the whole game, because that's just how the knights are. Either of these two pawns can go. And so I just have to make a suboptimal knight move, but that's basically just like saying I have to make a knight move, period, because they're all suboptimal all the time. So we could raise the other pawn to a5. That would be a goal of mine. And I would also desire to... There's nothing more that I want than trading off a knight right now. If I could do it in any way, just one of them even would be adequate. I don't know why it's so difficult, but you go ahead, you do this, which is not a pin or anything like that. So I'm not really too worried about it. I need to... I kind of don't like this, but let's try to force his hand. And the reason why is because now he's either going to trade... Oh, that's the biggest favor you could have ever done me in my whole life. Right, like whatever happens this game, this guy just did me a great service, because I'm dying to trade the knight. I'm dying to trade it, and he goes out of his way to trade a bishop down for me. Right, and now everything's fine. So I have a bishop pair, but they're not on the same side or working very effectively. But at least I have the ability to kind of settle things down a bit, and then I'm able to... He's still going to harass the other knight, though, even after all that. So he could raise the pawn to d5 and then block off my light square diagonal for all intents and purposes. And so I'm okay with that, but... So now I can't do that double pawn pusher. I still could. But what I want to do is I want to... I almost have to move the bishop back. I gotta watch that h6 pawn. Like, look how my knight has no good square to go to. Nothing. It'll block my own pieces on the back rank. It'll just ruin everything. Um, so I guess I could do this. Okay, I'll do it, and then what that does is if they take, I take with the knight. It's not going to be under threat. The knight's not really doing anything. So you go to outpost, so he's for the knight. And either way, I have my V-shaped structure intact, right, with the pawns, the nice little pink flamingo thing that we see. That is my own patented technique. Now maybe the knight got somewhere to go to, even though it's not very good, but it could allow you to not block my own rook, so I guess it's okay. They have the light square bishop and 2 knights. I have obviously the bishop pair, presumably. Okay, they're making some kind of weird pawn structure as well. Now they're letting me take a free pawn if I'm not mistaken. And I'll double check and I'll triple check because, okay, it's not a free pawn. Never mind. I'm having some visual issue maybe. My mic sort of blocks the board a little bit, but I hardly think that's a suitable excuse. It's happened with the queen, though, a couple times for some reason. I keep missing what the queen is doing. So I could try to double attack that. Then if they raise it, I could easily take. If they raise the other one, I could also not take. I could raise the pawn here. So if I double raise it on the C file, they would take, I would take, and everything would be fine. But that's my anchor pawn, so why would I do that? Oh, I don't know. Right, they're playing with their pawns pretty well, pretty aggressively at least. I got to move that bishop back at some point because that pawn on h6 is not going to be covered and I'm going to forget about it. I'll always like point out what the issue's going to be, but then I'll forget about it later, right? Like I'm aware of that, but then, oh no, he's going to move the queen to a dark square and then now I'm going to miss it. So I don't know what's going on with these pawns. I don't know why this is so difficult. This guy's the one guy who's actually using his time pretty disciplined in terms of like he's down to 24, I'm down to 23, like we're both similar. Whereas all these other people play like super fast. They're at 28 minutes, I'm at like 15, like they just go nuts with how fast they want to play. So I'm trying to think what the purpose of this position is, and I cannot figure it out because there's nothing going on. There's no, if I double push the E pawn, he's just gonna raise the other pawn. Like I'm so baffled. There's nothing I can really do. If I raise the C pawn, again, that's my anchor pawn, so I don't want to give that up anyway. My knight could kind of do a little bit of work here. I don't know. Again, I could just move the bishop back and just be comfortable with that, settle with it. I'm okay with the trading situation. I just need some sort of idea of what to do for for all these pawns. Like he's staying very indignant about it. Like what can I do to force him to move a pawn? And the answer is there's nothing I can do. I'd have to give up. I guess I could push this one. But then it wouldn't work. I could push the D pawn to D5, right? But then he could just raise that too, and then there's nothing I can do. Okay, my possible moves are move the bishop back. You should make it like a multiple choice, right? Have it in your head already. I could go bishop to G7. I could go pawn to E5 or pawn to D5, but not. I don't like any of those really. And so it's a very stale, stagnant kind of position. We're single attacking that, and the queen is there. So is there something I can do to draw the queen out? Or is there a way I can double attack that piece, but then if I do, they'll push it. But if they do push it, it's okay. And the reason why it's okay is because what they'll do is they'll move the pawn, though. which is actually still fine. So yeah, I'll move the queen to e5, e6, double attacking that pawn. Then if they raise it, I can take adequately. And then if they don't do it, that doesn't seem really relevant. I don't see the immediate impact of a move like that. And so what I'm going to do, I'll go here. And what that does is, okay, I'm attacking the rook and I'm double attacking the pawn. And that rook is covered by the queen as well. So what I could almost do is I could bait it out in a way like, even if they do double cover it, right? I would take, like, okay, they move the knight, let's say, and now they're covering with that. So I would take, they would, no, but I still can't do it. Like, I could almost sack a piece and then win the rook, but I can't because the queen would still need to be covering it. So they would take, I would take with the bishop, they would take with the bishop, I would take with the queen, they would take with the queen. They're covering with this, which means I can't take. Now, if I take, they take, I take, they still take, okay? So if they took with, like, the queen first, I guess I could do it. Or again, if I had any other means of threatening this, which I don't. Right, that rook that I'm attacking is in a very weak, soft spot. And I could make potentially, like, oh, a brilliant move here, because look at what we're doing. If they take with the pawn, then I take the rook for... No, never mind. I was going to say, if I put the bishop, like, here, then if they take, then I take, but it doesn't work because they have the knight. And it wouldn't be a back rank or anything like that either. So the problem that I have with this position is the rook is not on an open file, and I can't get it into one, so... If they push the pawn, I could take, they could take, I could take, they could still take. Okay, this is too much. I could move the queen back. I could push. I want to do something with the pawns, but I'm not seeing a single good pawn move to make. I don't see anything. If I raise the D pawn, they could just raise again, and then I can't do anything. And I'm blocking my own diagonal. So what would a good player do in a situation like this? And the answer is, I have no idea, so I'll just go back. If I could answer that, then I'd be a good player myself. So, I mean, at least I'm trying this game a little bit, but there's just nothing happening. If they move their queen, I could take the rook. That knight is also uncovered, so that side of the board is a little weak for them, the A file. But I can't target it, so... Gotta be reactive, I guess. We have like a little piece of hair here. I don't know how well you can see all of this stuff, but... Yeah, you can see all the lights there when it's moving. So, I mean, the whole goal of it would be, like, to look at it like, I can play a whole online game without ever having to look at the screen, like a computer, or even having a computer. And, I have my computer on, but just to stream from. I don't even have it with the site on. So I have it on my phone, and that's unfortunate, too, that you even need that. But just by purely looking at the board, you get everything out of it aside from the clock. He's actually lower than me on time, too. So did that make a mistake for him? And the answer is, it does, sort of, because now I would take, they would take, no, it doesn't. Sometimes you have like this wishful thinking stuff where you're trying to, if I want to double push the F pawn now, which probably is a terrible idea. But the reason why is because if they raise, I take. Or if they take, I take. I really don't see the value of it, though. This is a very disciplined kind of pawn game on both of our parts, and I don't understand. I need like a third attacker there, and there's just nothing. I might have to incorporate the knight. Like, I just don't get what to do with this position at all. They can raise the pawn however they want now, and I can't do anything about it, so you know you're desperate when you're starting to rely on the knight. The goal here is to just, I should probably move the queen back, but they could raise any pawn that they want to right in the middle here, and any of those scenarios is fine for them. See, like, I moved that knight even without a sense of purpose. Like, I don't even know what I'm trying to do with it. But I'll figure something out. It's really this E pawn, I guess, that I should go for because I can't figure it out otherwise. But then, again, they'll push it and block off my light square diagonal. This is a really, really kind of tedious game, but this is what classical is about, I guess, or just chess in general is about. I was only planning to play one game too, but that one was so unsatisfying. So let's lose 2 in a row and actually fuck my whole account up. But it's possible, but this is looking okay. It's not looking good really, but it's hard to measure how good or not good this guy is. He made a couple stupid moves, like the rook move there doesn't seem to be right. The A2, I don't know what the point of it was. It doesn't seem as bad now, but it was a lot worse when he did it. Like, you know, blocked in by his own pawns even. Like, there wasn't anything that it did. So, like, if I had another attacker on this pawn, it would be very good. And the reason why it'd be good is because there could be like a multi-move sequence that you make. Like, for example, okay, I'm going to push the pawn on. No, it doesn't work though. See, all this like wishful thinking trash. This is why you can't do this. I know people would oversimplify, but like, okay, so I'll go to d5 with the pawn. Then if he raises it, what do I do, right? There's nothing I can do. I would take the other pawn on the other side, then he would take back. There's just nothing happening with this position at all. At least I found the one player in the world who's slower than me, because this is very anomalous that he has 17 minutes, I have 19. That never happens, right? Whether I win or lose, I'm always down on time. I'm always taking longer. Whether they're lower rated, higher rated, doesn't matter. Everybody just plays like a speed demon, even in classical. That's how chess streamers have ruined the game, because they make it seem like, you know, like the Michael Jordan quote, maybe I made it look easy, where, you know, you see these people who have studied the game their whole life and now they want to show off in bullet and act like, oh, that's what the game is really about. And it's not. Now that is music to my ears, because if I can get this to move, this one pawn to move, even if through a sack, I don't know. But it wouldn't work because they'll be taking right into me, and then if I like raise the e pawn, they would take, I would take, they would take, but it's in the wrong direction. It's not like you're opening it. You'd have to take like into here or something. I don't know what actually the purpose of his moves are, to be honest with you, but I moved that knight for a reason, and now I can't figure out what that reason is. I like the diagonal for my queen, but now it just no longer has any impact, and so I can't figure it out. Why is this so hard? Let me just move the queen back, I guess, and then I'll try to let the rook lead a little bit. I don't know what he's doing exactly, but all right, so his knight and his rook are not in the greatest spots. They're both uncovered, or I mean, the rook is always uncovered right there. That I was trying to take advantage of that diagonal, but I had no idea how to do it. So we got to move one of these pawns here, and that pawn is probably going to be that pawn is probably going to be the E pawn now, so they'll raise it. They'll raise the D pawn, and then I won't be able to use my diagonal, so I don't get why I would even do that. I love this implication of stuff like this, that, oh yeah, you should just understand this. This is just intuition. Like, dude, after hundreds of years of study, right, these people study these things and then act like, oh, it's so obvious, duh. That's why Paul Morphy didn't do it. That's why Bobby Fischer didn't do it. Exactly the way that we take for granted at 1500 rating today that, oh, this is the opening line and blah, blah, blah. Like, just because something is known to be the case now, it's like with any field of study, like, oh, science. Of course, people in the past were stupid. How could they not know this? But, you know, oh, like, it'd be easy to make a Model T Ford now because you have the specs and the blueprint for it. How come people were so impressed by it then? Why was it so hard? Right? Because it's a lot harder to do something for the first time than it to come up with it than it is to just recreate it and replicate it once you have the info. That's kind of a gaming philosophy that I have, like playing a game blind versus trying to, oh, it's easy. How could this guy be such a noob? But it's only easy because you've done it for hundreds of hours, or you're familiar, or you've used like external borrowed knowledge database, stuff like that. Like, and I'm not even shaming that. I'm just saying there's a bit of a difference between that and, you know, obviously trying to figure it out for yourself. Knowing is half the battle, and people take that for granted that you use external resources, which in a way validates how complicated games have become, that people feel the need to do that and take it for granted. But, you know, imagine actually playing a game blind in the modern era where it's an open world game that you can play for 1,000 hours plus, even while looking stuff up, or like an MMO, or you'll never be able to keep up. But I still enjoy it on the baseline level of that, like, where, okay, so this guy's slow, so maybe I can take advantage of that. But otherwise, I don't think I'd have a chance to beat him either, because everybody is just like, I mean, it's just nothing's happening. Like, I get so tilted by that, but then I guess chess and classical is just the wrong thing for me because nothing happens. Like, there's no, and now I'm gonna force something to happen and then it's gonna ruin it. I should be a little more willing to calculate, but I just get lazy. So they bring it double stack here. Even they don't really seem to know what they're doing exactly, because if I double push this pawn, this is what I'm thinking. Double push the E pawn, then if I do that, then they could just move the pawn. That's the problem. They could just move this pawn to block my light square diagonal. And I'm so fixated on that that I don't know what to do about it otherwise. So maybe I'll do it like this. I'll raise that, then raise that. So go to E6, then go to D5, and then they take, I take, they take, I still take. Let's do it like that, I guess. Okay, so now the key lesson to be learned is the fact that what could get me in trouble is the fact that it's possible maybe I could have sacked my dark square bishop for that, and then no, but my queen wouldn't have been attacking. If my queen was still attacking the rook, then I could have sacked that. Then if they take back, then I could take the rook, but it wasn't the exactly right position for it. See, I'm always aware of the threats, but I'm not aware of like how to actually capitalize on them, and then maybe I get too discouraged. Like, you're expecting it to be too simple or too easy. So now, whichever way they go, I should be threatening into something from which I can unleash. Like, I raise the pawn, then even if they move, then I can still take and clear that out. But I can still clear out the light square diagonal that I want so badly. But then again, it could leave my queen potentially exposed. So like, I raise it, no, but my queen's still there. So he's down to 13 minutes, I'm down to 17. My level of play is very, very bad, so this might be, or it has been, so this might be deceptive. I don't know how good this guy is or isn't, but play the position, not the player, even though I don't even know his rating because I can't see it, which sometimes that might help me, actually, instead of getting psyched out or something, like, you know. But it doesn't matter who's playing, even though it kind of does, but it says he made the move, but I don't see what it was. I think he went here. that time it didn't light up, so it actually kind of bugged out. So is it going to be... Okay, I still don't see a big threat with that. So if I raise this, they raise and then I can't take. But I'm less concerned with the taking than I am with, okay, I'd be able to take and then make something finally happen. So I'll do it because I'm getting restless about the position if nothing else. And I might have messed up because now they'll take... Okay, I think I just threw the game actually, but... So if they take, I take back, then they can double take because they have the they have the back rank covered. So it's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. I tried to make something happen, so that's the lesson in chess. Just don't try to do anything ever because you can't do it. Like, it's the most non-aggressive, anemic kind of game you've ever seen. So they could easily do it. It's obvious. Even a moron like me can see it. You can see how it was so tunnel vision on doing that, though. Like, I want something to happen with the pawns, and it's just not happening. So are they going to be clever enough to see it? Because if they... It's not really much to see, but they would take, I would take, they would take... Alright, dude. It's only one pawn. It's not the end of the world. All I would need to do, for example, is to move like the knight. And if I move the knight, then that's adequately covered. So then I could take. So that really is as simple as that. So I'm not even worried about it. If they take now with the pawn, I can take back. They could take, I could take. It's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal, you know. It might come down to time in a classical game, which I actually might have lost like that myself in one of them. So the lesson here is that the knight probably is going to get in the way, but it's okay. They could even harass it around all the more. They could raise the pawn, then I would take, then they would take. Then I'd have to move it somewhere else, and it would have to be somewhere that doesn't block it, so it would have to be like on f5. Then, okay, they're not doing it though. So, I mean, that could just be an easy justification for a trade. Even if it undoubles their pawns, I'm fine with it. So they could take with the pawn, and then I could easily take with my pawn and do that in such a way that even though it makes this pawn vulnerable now on h6, I don't know exactly what to do about that. So they're at 11 minutes, I'm at 15. I shouldn't even worry about that, but just for what it's worth, it's okay. So this pawn take should be doable now because you get to... I would take... Of course it's not because of the knight. How incredible. We're sort of back to square one, but he did block his own double stack because look at the knight, man. Look at the knight. What a piece, man. What a piece. Nothing I can do. I mean, I shouldn't have even tried to incorporate the knight at all. I just give up. So the point is that I could still take that pawn on d5. And the reason why I can still take it is because the double stack is no longer a threat. So even though I messed up earlier, it should be okay now. I got to watch out for the h6 pawn. Like, it's all pretty clear to me. Everything is clear, as Kramnik would say, but not in that way. Like, just... Or he sometimes says it the opposite way. That's pretty funny too. Everything was clear to you, of course. Everything was clear. Like, it was so obvious to you to do all. And I kind of sympathize with him because you never know, right, whether somebody's actually doing that or not. So there's two separate arguments. Like, maybe he's doing it because he's salty, but maybe he's also doing it because he's, you know, you're playing online, and that's just the nature of playing online sometimes. I have to move it. And the reason why I have to move it, so I could take with the queen, I guess. And if I do that, they can't threaten in a meaningful way. And the reason why is because everything should be fine. The question is, do I like raise that pawn again, like the it to h5, or do I just try to bring the king up to cover? So we're double attacking. I have no means of actually doing that, but it's a case where I would take, they would take, I would take, they would still take. We could trade off the bishop, so we're getting into good endgame territory where we're just happy to trade. But if you look at the knight's presence in this game, and I know people say, oh, you just don't know how to use the knight, but I don't know how to use everything, evidently, but somehow it doesn't cause me the same problem that this does. Like, it's just a clown show. Almost as big of a clown show as my actual setup if you look at this, but hey, the level of play can still speak for itself. You can do this, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I can just trade it. Not that I even really have to or need to, but... And maybe I don't even want the pawn there, to be honest with you, but it's a case where by doing that, it allows you to... Let me think. It might make these pawns a little strong for him, but I'll still do it without thought because I'm a clown. And then from there, I will... Okay, you go here. Right, these center pawns are very good now, and I'm just kind of dealing with it, so... Am I actually going to get trapped in here or something? I really can't because they're... I have too much still on that, but... I'm trying to think like what my pathing should be if I go to like a dark square here. So these pawns are very strong, and I willingly gave them up to him because, again, if a low-ish rated game like this comes down to pawns like this, then fine, so be it, but it really shouldn't, and just whatever happens, happens, and it's a case where if he moves the other rook, then I could at least bait him. Like, if he takes, then I could double take in a way that would be worth, like, sacking the knight, but it's sacking the knight in a way that's not really... Oh, I guess it could be good if I... Like, he raises, I take, he takes... Well, that wouldn't even happen, but he raises... Which one wouldn't he be able to take with? Like, if he takes with this... Like, he raises, I take, he takes, I take, he takes, then I still take. But why would he even do that? It's 8 minutes to 13 minutes. Again, I'm kind of, for once, I'm actually up. Normally, I don't even have to say who is who. 8 minutes to 13, but who has 8? Is all, you would assume it's me because I'm always so slow, but in this case, it's not an issue, so you got to remember the h6 pawn. You got to remember the knight is a liability, as if we ever forgot. You got to remember that... You got to remember that you could create a pin here. If I backstep away the queen, I would be able to do it in such a way that now that pawn could be a risk if he has to take with the pawn on the e-file. If you take, then I take the queen with the rook. And the way that you do that is by simply moving my queen out of the way. And also that opens up room for the knight to move. And the reason why it opens up room for the knight to move is because... Okay, he's moving his knight. So he's going to create some threat here, I know, with the pawns. And the problem is I can't move my knight at all, ever. And so that it does become an issue. When you just simply are not able to move a piece ever in the game, that does become annoying. So what you can do now is you can... I'll go here. This actually addresses the cover issue of the other thing, too. The reason why is because, again, the h6 pawn is covered now by the queen. Otherwise, the king could scooch in there. So I'm playing very defensively now, almost obstinate to try to flag him. And again, in a classical game, not that I'm really trying to flag him, but like, you go ahead and try to figure this position out. Like, I know you're literally probably a GM smurf and you can do it, even though you're way too slow for that. But like, try to figure it out, dude, because I'm just sitting here like... This is what chess is about. Like, nothing happens. You waste your time. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what it is that people find some crazy brilliant sack. Like, I don't see anything. It's just maybe I play positions that deliberately allow for that more, like where I do sort of turn it into that because I like to play safer and not really try to do attacks, but it's sort of self-fulfilling too. The reason why I like to play like that is because when you try to play otherwise, you get screwed over too. He's really struggling on time, so whatever he can do with these pawns here is going to be a big question, right? Something as simple as just pushing into the I don't know, I can't explain it. I'd like to move the knight, but the reason why I can't move the knight is very simple, and the answer is there's just nowhere good for it to actually go. That doesn't turn it into a liability itself. It's quite astonishing, actually. And again, it's just expressly in the way the whole time. It's actually unbelievable. So I want to move it, but it could be the last move that I ever make, and I'm not too happy about it. Like, all I would want it to do is just not get in the way. Like, just don't get in my way of the back rank rooks connecting or anything, but it's just too much to ask. Like, you just can't. If he raises the other pawn, he's attacking the knight, so then I'm sort of obligated to take. And the reason why is because the knight is under threat. But then if I don't take, he takes for free. So then that allows his knight to get a really good outpost square, and it allows him to do whatever he wants. Okay, he goes there, which is interesting. So if I let him take it, could be trouble. If I take it, could be trouble. Once again, the knight coming into full fruition here with respect to just what if I moved like the king here? If I move the king, he takes, I take. That could be actually worth it. Everything else is too far away to have an impact, so you might be actually better served doing that. So what that does now is, okay, you take, I take back, it's no threat, it's no big deal. And I'm not happy about it, but it's the best I can do for now. Once again, the knight just may as well not even be in the game. Like, you would probably do better just being -3 and not having the knight than having to work around its deficiencies and just inability to do anything good ever. Like, so many times. I mean, I'm not even trying to pick on it. I'm just looking like my goal with the knight isn't like, let me try to find a good move or a great move. My goal is like, let me try to get it out of the way and not let it sabotage what I'm trying to do. So his pawns are pretty strong. I can't argue with that. If he takes, I take back. If not, I guess I'll take. And our rooks are pretty well presented now. I think my knight, again, is the weak link. Everything else. So if I could trade off the knights, I'd be in good shape. His knight could be very good as well for him. It depends what exactly he does with it. Goes here. So here's where some sort of sack play or something comes in. He's got a fork. He's sitting on a fork. And so the reasoning is that I'd have to move over the other rook. Even if I do that, it's problematic too. And the reason why it's problematic is because I almost want to push this thing and do a cheeky threat on the queen, but that could be a bad idea too. Go to like h5. So how do I solve the fork? And the answer is, I guess you would just move the other rook and you move it to the move it to here. I don't know. Now, see, the thing is, I can't really take though, even if you were to do that. And now, what it lets you also do is it lets you take this for free. to the extent that this pawn. Okay, dude. I think I'm done though. Even if he doesn't win, I think I'm done playing. I can't. I don't know what it is. I have no desire to actually take games seriously. So you can take with that, and then you're attacking the rook, and you're gonna take the rook for free, right? And you're gonna do that because that's just how I was afraid of the fork. I mean, it's great. Like I don't know what. Yeah, this is a fitting end to my account. I think I'll stop playing chess. It's just not a real thing. I can't do it. I mean, I don't know what it is. I cannot focus for one game. He's even down on time, so I should have tried to use mine, but even the board doesn't want me to play anymore. Like what is it? What did I do wrong? The fuck? So you can just take a free rook. You got 4 minutes left to finish me off. I give up. I mean, that's it. The chess is done. Chess.com's already gone. I just can't do it. I won't have much of a use for this fucking board. That means. So you're double attacking it still. It doesn't really change anything. So wow. Wow. That's too bad. It's really too bad, huh? Or I even just gave it up that way too because okay. Okay, so take back here, put a pin it, but this should basically be mate. Where does he go with the knight to make it mate? Or at least I'd have to sack my queen. I mean, this guy should feel proud of himself. It should be a good moment for him. I can't. So you bring in the knight, and it's not mate, but it's gonna be basically mate because you get sack the queen. So my last game, assuming I don't lose a ton, because you have also it might not take that much away, which would be kind of ridiculous. I can take this, but it's a little bit too late. He's still pretty low on time, so maybe I can come up with something, but I doubt it. Just the effort. Like I don't care. Like I just play just for the sake of it. I've even said it's a filler category. Like it's just no effort. Like I'm just doing it for show. Like I'm not really interested at all. It's just trash. This check is kind of important to stop. Raise this, I could just take back. He's gonna bring in the rook. Now, is there a way I can stall for time a little bit? And the answer is, I guess for a second I could. Because if you go there, I could take with the knight, so he's gonna now pin the knight. And then he'll be able to go there, but then I can do something else. At least have to take the knight there. There's no stalemate possibility. And technically it's covered enough because you would have to take that first, then I could take this. I'm at least dragging it out so he could choke on time. But if I really wanted to do that, oh, whoops. Okay. Three minutes left. So let's see how much we lose. And like I said, I'm honorable when it comes to that, but I think we're done. I don't even want to do it. Like I want that to put an end to it. He's 1626. That certainly should have cost me more. I'll do a session where I just delete my account there properly. I could blame the gimmick apparatus because clearly, like, but I was playing at a low level anyway before using it, so I wouldn't even bother with that. But 1685, so that's it. Okay, I see you later. Okay, so today I'm going to do something that I don't think I've had to do before, which is delete my Lichess account. I've had to delete my chess.com account a couple times when I fail a permadeath challenge on there. Typically, my format on chess.com is the fact that it's even currently deleted now, so I won't be able to go back to that after deleting this. So I'm really exiled. I have to play on ICC or Roblox chess or something. I'll be exiled from the two main sites. Even after getting my SquareOff thing, I guess I could use that even by itself. I'll make a list of like other places I could potentially play, but for all intents and purposes, this ends my whole chess series because I can't. This was my last refuge. In fact, the goal was to get to 2000 in Rapid and Classical, and that would have been the unlock condition to reopen my chess.com account, right? Otherwise, I'm not allowed to do that. So if I'd gotten to 2000 here, then I can finally reopen that and then see how far I can get and do another permanent challenge with that. But yeah, I don't think I've had to delete this one before. The challenge with this was the increment. Well, first of all, rapid, I don't do a challenge, 10-minute. That's just like I change the art every time I lose and the piece set. So that's just for cosmetics. So I keep the piece set until I lose in rapid, and then if I lose, I have to move to the next one. But there's no like failure state or delete my account state with that. So I change the art and I change the piece set every time I lose, and also the board I was changing, but then I started using this, which is kind of the opposite. Whenever you win, it changes, or whenever you win enough, it'll change. Like you level up. So I guess we got the unlucky level 13 that we're at. That obviously ends my whole career, but I haven't been using the site anyway. I've been playing on the SquareOff board, which I won't blame that for why I lost. But yeah, like about a week ago or so, maybe a little longer, I went back to Classical. Now this has the hard permadeath condition to it, where if I hit a 50 mark, right? Like let's say I was above 1650. So if I hit a 50 mark after getting to 100 mark for the first time, like I get to 1600, then I go up to 1650. Now I can't fall below 1600, otherwise I have to delete my account. That's how I do it with the 50 increment. So I was doing well. I was taking advantage of the provisional boost. So I go from 1620, and I was scared because, oh, if I lose the next game, that could cost me more than 20, and I have to delete my account then. But I didn't lose, and then I did well. I got to 1674, then 1728, 33. Okay, you lose one here, get to 1702. But see, even here, it didn't matter. If I lost then, it's fine because I hadn't gotten to 1650 yet. 1750 now. But then I do get to 1750, 1771. Right, and at this point, it stopped being provisional, even because it shows it in that's my highest rating, 1771. So even if I was to try to cop out by saying, oh, it's provisional, right, that wouldn't even work, but I wasn't going to cop out anyway. So we get to 71, then we fall down, and then yesterday we fell below even 17. So that's inescapable. So now I'll lose this account, I'll lose my streamer privileges, whatever I had on here with the, with this little thing, which was nice. So it was pretty easy to get that, actually, and they were pretty good about it, and it even said, like, oh, if you don't stream for a while, they'll take it away, but they didn't take it away, so, well, whatever. We lose all that. We lose whatever friend capability. I mean, I have the chess.com account as, like, a backup dummy account just to play friends and possibly variants, but I'm not allowed to play rated games, and frankly, I will hardly even use it. So I'm exiled. This is a big moment of failure. Let's just look at my insights one last time. I don't know what else really to look at to review. I mean, I should look at the last game that actually cost me. I was just getting so tilted and like playing at a low level. Like I just kind of, I don't know. I just get annoyed sometimes with how resilient people are. Like it doesn't, I don't know. I just underestimate them, I guess. Like these are probably pretty good players. In fact, some of them are much higher than this would indicate. He's 800, but sometimes it can go the other way. Like, yeah, see, he's 1836. Now I'm not even 1836 in rapid. Like I was like 1730. Right, and even there I've fallen off. So the point with some of these opponents is like I couldn't beat them in a normal game, like in a rapid 10-minute game. There's no way. So that's the whole beauty of it. I beat like a 1900, right? One of these games, maybe my highest rated one. So like he's 1900 in rapid. Now, what are the chances that I could? Yeah, this guy. He's played 1,000+ games, so he's a legitimate 1900. I couldn't beat this guy, nor could I get to 1900 right now in rapid. I'm simply not capable of doing it. Right? I was 1730. Maybe I could have gotten to like 18. So I couldn't beat him in rapid, but I did beat him in classical. That's the whole beauty of it. And he probably didn't use enough of his time, so he's giving me sort of implied time odds, but you know, he had 20 minutes left. So in other words, I had 20+ minutes, he had 10 minutes. Again, that's his choice though. He didn't have to do that. And so what you have is the ability to, I mean, I'm shocked by that, right? He didn't feel like he played that well. 2 blunders. But sometimes if you're just steady and you play it right. So it's unfortunately, right, we were banished from the 2 key best sites. That was my best game, arguably. Although it didn't feel like that good, but like my best victory at least. So let's just watch these last 2 games that I lost. Right, that did me in. Like, what really happened? I was getting tilted in the opening. Just like, it doesn't matter, right? Like, none of this stuff feels like it matters. I'm just trying to castle, just play it safe. And then something weird happens with the pawns where it's like, even though it looks like I'm losing, it doesn't matter, right? You can easily deal with this. It's just, this happens like every game at a low level. Okay, now that might be too much to overcome. Just because I'm trying to get my nice, cute little aesthetic pawn structure. You're not supposed to take that, but then what am I supposed to do? Like, just, oh, cover it with the bishop, I guess. That was a mistake even by them, so I'm already lost. Like, so effectively you're losing to an opening, right? Like, just openings don't matter. Whatever this is, I'm losing to it, and I don't get it. And it's because I'm in a rushed sort of development mindset that I just hate openings, and I don't feel like even playing it. I never make this move, even though I kind of know it always tells you to do that. But it makes sense. You're trying to block off the lights for diagonal, so I don't know what that was. So then I had one more chance, and this guy didn't seem that good. He's 1620, he's 800. But there is like a psychological feedback moment. Like, I didn't even know his rating because it doesn't show you until the game's over on the SquareOff thing. But, you know, you queue up and you're playing on a real board. But my point is that you get to a point where you're going to find a way to lose because you're just sort of tilted and just pissed and just like, I don't know. There was nothing about this that seemed like he was winning. You're supposed to do this. Like, I'd love to understand the logic of any of this ever. Like, it's just, pawns are the most nonsensical part of the game that nobody knows what they're doing with them. Even people who study and are doing the right thing, they probably still can't even explain, right, always what they're doing. They just do it because they know it's right, not because they understand it. Like, it's such a stupid element of the game that I knew giving him these 2 center pawns wasn't a good idea, but it still would have been fine. And the reason why it still would have been fine is because, well, actually not really, but it might seem like, oh, look what a great crushing attack, but it's born of some stupid ass pawns that, like, I don't get it. Like, what is it? Yeah, I even blunder a pawn here. That's why that was a mistake, because you have this double take. Right, I saw it immediately after doing it, so once again, what it shows you is just my lack of effort. Like, that's hardly an excuse. It's just more so a reason why you fail, but you can just tell. Like, am I playing my absolute best and putting forth maximum effort? And again, that's kind of on me. I should be doing that, especially when the stakes are so high, but there's nothing I can do. Like, if I'm not putting forth the effort, obviously I can't win. If you beat me when I'm playing my best or, you know, highest effort, that's different, but I just couldn't do it. Now, the center pawn stuff doesn't actually seem that bad, though. 56, 62, I mean, it should obviously be lower in this, by which I mean lower is better, obviously. All the other modes I didn't really play too much, so what else is it going to tell me? Isn't there a page where it tells you like all these different stats and like on chess.com it kind of has a better way of showing you totals and stuff. Do I gain more rating points against weaker? It's got to be weaker, because much weaker. Wait, you're telling me I gain rating only against much stronger opponents? Just because I play so many games, I guess you end up losing. I don't really, you know, playing down to competition. How quickly do I move? In Bullet and Blitz, I don't even play Bullet and Blitz. I don't care. What is the win rate of my favorite openings as white? Well, I do the same exact one every single time, so you'd be shocked to see. Right, one of these is gonna have just the king's pawn like 100. Wait, what? Wait, but I do the same game every time. What are you talking about? What is the win rate of my favorite openings as white? Or this don't I just do the same? Maybe there's slight variation with it, but whatever. How often do I punish blunders? Only half the time. At least I'm consistent. It's 50% across the board. And then, do I gain rating when I don't castle kingside? Well, I never castle queenside, so I don't really care. I trade queens. I actually always use this as a badge of honor. If we trade queens, I pretty much always feel safe. I don't know how it's even that bad. I swear that's not even accurate. And how is it only 75 games? We trade queens way more often than that. I don't know what this is based on. Like a more recent games played or something. 1337. You go out lead, but this is obviously just fucking don't even hardly play it. How well do I move each piece in the opening? Surprisingly, knight was pretty high on here. Queen. Yeah, see, I move the queen well because I don't move the queen as in, you know, move it as little as possible. So I only move it if it's absolutely necessary. But that kind of makes sense. The king, also same thing. You pretty much just castle. I thought there was more sort of insights and things it would give you, but I guess not. So yeah, we lose everything. Let me show my streamer page, I guess, for the last time, because I don't know what the re-unlock condition should be for this, as far as like, how do I, you know, reopening my chess.com account required me to get to 2,000 on here in both Rapid and Classical. But now how do I reopen this? And the answer is I can't. Like ever, or I have to wait at least a year. Like it's, I don't know. I play chess very often and always stream and record it when I do. I always use it. I also use a 50 rating permanent increment in Classical. If I reach 1750 for the first time, I can no longer fall below 17 if I delete my account. Currently it's at 1650. I wish it was, but we just upped it. Obviously I've committed to getting at least to 2000, but not anytime soon. This is a big blow because it always goes that way where it swings so hard. Like even 1510, like I was literally 1700 and legit. So obviously I just keep trying to do it the way I want to do it, where I'm not studying and stuff. And I stand by that, but you just have to put up a lot more effort than what I'm doing. And I just don't do it. You know, you got to be in like a certain mood or something. Chess 960 is blowing up. So yeah, we can play on other sites, but these two now are off the table. No more chess.com, even though that's been a while since I failed that. But this, I'm pretty sure this is the first time I failed on Lichess. I don't think I've ever had to delete it, so that shows you at least I hung in pretty well, right? With every 50 rating increment, 1550, I never fell below 15. 1650, I never fell below 16, even though I was just worried about that. Let me go ahead and see what the deletion protocol is like. How do I even get there? Preferences, close account. You're gonna see me type in my password, I guess, or I guess I'll do it first. I changed my mind, don't close my account. I want to show this, obviously, like how I showed it on my actual chess.com account, actually multiple times. Look how it's going to rub it in my face too. We're sorry to see you go. Are you sure you want to close your account? Closing your account is a permanent decision. You will never be able to log in ever again. You'll not be allowed to open a new account with the same name, even if the case is different. Well, that's actually kind of disturbing, but this is the price we pay. I mean, it is what, no such player. Now, the one problem with that, it cannot be used to create an account. I mean, I could just do one quiet gamer, like with the, you know, number one, but it's deserved. So now let's try to decide what other kind of sites and things we could use. And one thing that came to mind, but I wanted to wait till at least the 6-month mark, is Roblox chess, right? That would be one fun thing to do. I played that sometimes when I've just felt like doing random, you know, I would do like the video game anthology chess ! Even though, would I be able to cheat the process then? Like, oh, I could play against people on Lichess, even though I'm not. I wonder about that, actually. So chess ! Is that game I have on Steam. You can just do like other chess video games in general, like ones that I haven't played. I tried doing that with some old school ones like Battle Chess or something, with the knights and where they move and everything, but then playing against AI is no fun. But I'll wait till the 6-month mark on this. So it says like it was like 5 months ago that I did it. and I failed like some sort of challenge on there too. Like I was playing until I lost the game, but the point is we could almost do Roblox chess based on that chess exclamation mark. I could do like ICC, other, just in general, other chess sites. You have variants. I could try, other board games altogether, like checkers, etc. Go. Right, so I'm definitely opening the horizon here, but it's kind of for the wrong reason, and I'm not too happy about it. But let me think, what are some other good options? You have like Code Geass chess, honestly, was kind of a funny thing we looked at. What was the other one? I looked at like the Harry Potter thing, but I think that was just a position, so that's like some online, it has like a card that you get to draw every turn. Pokemon chess, like all these different ones that I've tried over time. I'm trying to think of some other, I guess just other sites in general, right? Would be the thing where, other sites, like even Chess Kid, like, oh, I should get banned from there because I'm illegally playing even though I'm not a kid, right? There could be, we had done that at some point, like where I went through every single other chess site. I can't remember how long ago it was. But if I give myself at least like a 6-month period, so I shouldn't be able to do it for another 6 months from the last time. So it should have been at least that long now. Because honestly, from like August to now, I haven't done anything like that in terms of, I could do a blindfold challenge, but it would have to be on a different site, like my friend was talking about, but that he made an account just for that. But my point is that, what do you call it? You would be in a position where I could, you wait at least 6 months, and so I have a lot of those things I can potentially do. And so one of the things I could do is I could, again, just use any other chess site, which most of them aren't going to be very good. Chess24 doesn't even work anymore. I might find some loophole with chess exclamation mark that technically I'm not playing on Lichess, but maybe against people on Lichess, which maybe that wouldn't be fair to do. I'm not 100% sure how that would work, but like if I have to sync my account, I don't have an account, and I'm not going to make another one. Obviously, that's the whole point. I'm just banished from there overall. There was one other thing I was going to say, but I forgot. Like just, yeah, I'd have to find out when that gauntlet was. In fact, let's try to do one of these right now. Let me go to my YouTube and actually see when was that. Well, it wouldn't tell me though based on that. Hang on. Like I want to see how long ago was it that I had done each of these things. So I looked at Roblox and I did, obviously. This is one feature I actually like. I guess I won't show you, but if you go in your Twitch, right, and you go to content or like community or content, and it shows activity, you can scroll back and look at every single title you've used in like the last several years. And you might think, oh, well, if you save the VODs, it would have the title saved anyway, but it won't do it if you change your title in the middle, right? So if you change it, like I would do 3 or 4 times in a long stream, it'll only save the first title. But if you go back through this, it'll actually let you save every single one. So which one would tell me, okay, like chess exclamation mark, would that show up? Or I guess it might not, because I might have just used chess overall. Like, how would I know this? Chess sites, like, it feels good to be on a real chess site with as much inflation. Where did I do the thing like the permadeath chess websites? My permadeath chess website gauntlet. Oh, this was like 5 months ago too, so I have to wait it out. I can't do Roblox and I can't do that. I guess I did ICC maybe as part of that too, so that could be a problem. Like, let me look at it again. Damn, like I want to do something, but I can't figure out what. So even though this was meant to be like the end of me just playing chess in general, which it almost is in any meaningful way, chess exclamation mark is one. Let's look if there's just some other newer chess game. Like, again, something that a lot of them now are going to hang their hat on being able to... Man, why did it have to be like exactly 5 months? Because 6 months is a good, punishment at least. But they're all at 5 months. So I have to wait at least a little bit. I don't know how long exactly. But like best chess video games. And the problem is they'll have integration with one of the websites anyway. If you can't play online, or... Yeah, I tried doing this even, and it wasn't any fun because... I guess I really will try them though. Right, I could. It's just dumb because you're not gonna have any online play. I tried battle chess. I'll try Dota chess, but that's not even actually chess at all. What's the best chess game ever released? Chess video games, the best chess game out now. You can just look on Steam, I guess, in general. Chess Ultra has good presentation, but it doesn't matter because you can't actually, there's nobody to play against on there. May 25th, 2024. See, like, what is this? And why? Chess, Grand Strategy, Pocket, Mystery Fun, but is it single player? Like, who wants to play a single player chess game? Like, what's the fun in that? Sit at the chessboard. More chess to the god of chess. Ordinary game, nothing supernatural. Could be if they made it 3D. Board editor doesn't work. Teaches you how to play as a newbie. So I want to make a video. I just say only time I won against him. Chess lately, best digital version out now. Chess.com. Chess.com app. Clubhouse games for yeah, I actually was doing that. Clubhouse chess for Nintendo, that should be one on that document too. But nobody was playing it, so maybe is there a Clubhouse 2? Clubhouse 2 Nintendo Switch. Right, because that was a good game, but it didn't it was dead the last time I tried to play it, which is fair because it's been such a long time. But yeah, I could do that too. I could look at ChessBase for the first time ever, which I don't know how much that costs. Or I think you can play on ChessBase too, but I don't think I really did. So I'd buy this shit for $500 or something. That some of these are very expensive, but this is what actual GMs and stuff use. Like, let's actually like Windows 10 or higher. I guess it's not so bad. Well, it's euros, so 200, 250. I could look at that and try to learn from that. But I don't know if I could handle it. I could just go through all these and just do a gauntlet with chess video games. That would be kind of fun, although it could get a little expensive. Like, let's look at what is some of the most recent ones. And Leviathan's Fantasy Global Chess free. What is this? A chess-based global conquest game. Like just open world kind of thing, where there's this chess variant as a civilization simulator. The big thing with stuff like this is, can you actually play it against other people? Online PvP it is. I guess, okay, let me see. Relevance, it's got to be something relatively recent, but also kind of well received at the same time. Let's just look for something that's actually pretty good. The Last Flame, like these aren't directly to do with chess, I guess. The global chess actually seems kind of interesting. It is free. Soldier Auto Chess. Wizard Chess, not like Harry Potter Wizard Chess, is it? Where they just... What was that one game that I played where you're like the jester and it's like a roguelike and it's based on chess stuff? I can't remember. I had played that like before it was even released on Steam too. The guy came in my chat and let me try it out. Yeah, I'm gonna try all this kind of shit, I guess. So let me try to pick one and do it a little bit. Dicey Chess single player demo. Right, there is a lot of fun to be had with this. My biggest thing is though, I gotta play it online, otherwise it's no fun. You gotta stroke your ego against other people or make it feel dynamic. Look how many good things there are like this, and it's all at least a lot of them are gonna be free. Let's go by highest rated user reviews. And wait, what? Doer Dev Buds. What the hell is this? The games are not generally connected by genre or theme, both those of pure indie soul. So which one of these has to do with chess then? This one, Pawn. Oh yeah, somebody was telling me about this. Oh shit, I think I even wanted to play this, or did I? Yeah, see, look, the visuals are so good. See, that's kind of fun. But is this more like a single player? Yeah, see, single player though. You got to be able to play a multiplayer. Too easy. Okay. 5D chess, which I don't think I've ever even played this, but that's one of my favorite chess videos. My favorite Alex Botez video is the one where she's doing like a brain teaser memory test and she's kind of spazzing out whenever she gets something right, and unfortunately they took it down. And then my favorite Hikaru video might be either him coaching XQC and having an aneurysm, or you know, where he's doing this and he has no fucking idea what's going on. Cheesy one-liners galore. We like roguelikes, King of the Bridge. I think Botez was playing this actually at one point. Yeah, this is what we got to become. Just because I fail every chess challenge that I have doesn't mean that I can't still play it. So I'll try to play it in some way, and some of these games might take it an interesting place. So let me try to think. Let me do one that's free, just FP. Okay, this one I did obviously try. Okay, auto chess is not really what I want. Free chess, but in what capacity? Online PvP? Or you got to look at like Steam charts to see this. It's chess, free chess. Can't say it's the best chess, still free. I'm here for the Steam badge. I just want a normal 1v1 game with multiplayer. 1v1, 2v2, 4-player chess. I don't know anything about chess. I'm just writing this for the Steam badge. 0.9 hours. This is a nice little tech demo. Theoretically play, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. I want ones more so with an actual gimmick. Oh, see, this looks beautiful. I'm sort of a sucker for the aesthetic. Whatever this is, this just looks awesome. Right, like the visuals are so committed. Chess Ultimate. Maybe I should look at Steam charts to see if anybody's actually playing this. Or yeah, like where you can choose your own custom pieces. And okay, let's actually try this one. So we'll make a little thing out of this and just use this to introduce like a chess video game anthology like I was doing before, where I was trying to play a whole bunch of different games. And we'll do this to stall for time until we get back to Roblox and all that shit. Which maybe I shouldn't have a failure state with it this time. It would be just a committed series. Like, well, there should still be some failure state, but guess what my failure state was last time? I'll play until I lose a single game. Like, is that really fair? But of course, I'm just picking on little kids in there, and they all suck. But is there a Fortnite chess mod you can do, or a Minecraft chess mod? Like, you can do it theoretically in any game. I think I tried to do it in Ark, where I tried to set it up myself. So let's see what we have. Let me go onto Steam and do this. You know, FPS chess we've done. I got to try that multiverse thing at some point. The one thing I also forgot to do this month is my new game of the Rematch. Rematch is a chess puzzle single-player action RPG. I like how they combine genres so much. King of the Bridge. I must say, the aesthetic of some of these is so beautiful that almost is a selling point. But okay, I'm not going to buy anything. What was that one just called? I already forgot. Ultimate Chess. Again, you have me sold on the... Wait, I thought... Oh no, that's a different one. Chess Ultimate, free. Right, you have me sold just on the visuals because that makes it seem like something different and more exciting than actual chess. That's why people would defend it in such a way like, oh yeah, this 8x8 game is so complex and whatever, but also every other version of it is going to be more complex, so... Right, make it 10x10, make it with all these cute little other pieces. Then you might think, oh, that's just a gimmick, but, or even like, oh, it's perfectly balanced, but it's only perfectly balanced within the realm of, like, each side has the same pieces. So in that sense, it's quote unquote balanced, but that doesn't mean it actually really is. Or I was just playing Chesscraft to be able to try that, like, wait, 1.4 gigabytes out of 2 gigabytes. So why, what? Made with Unity, which isn't everything these days. Choose a username. Okay, let's go for this. You can only change your username 3 times a month. Yeah, like I really need to be doing that. Let's use my actual one. The biggest thing with stuff like this is does it actually have a player base? I would even say, can you even play it online? Which I assume, you know, if you have Battle Pass and all this kind of stuff. Unranked, ranked. All characters required. Okay, let's just play it, and I don't know how it even works. This is the total amount of points you can spend to make a team. Okay, what do I do? Okay, what do you want me? Each character's point value is displayed on their marked pot. I probably shouldn't have done an online game here because I'm gonna get destroyed. You can have up to 5 teams saved. When you're ready to start the game, press this button. Can move in any direction. Okay, let's put it here. Let's just take like one of each and then we'll go from there. Now I could like do an insane number of these. I'll just put this like whole the rest of the way. Right, I have a plan already. So this is fun in itself because you get to kind of set up yourself, right? Like set up chess where you get to choose, and now you have a larger number of these to even work with. We could do another queen. We could do maybe this. It's not even going to add up really properly. So one, right, you would have some left over. Okay, so is somebody actually waiting for me while I'm doing that, or? Oh no, you have to do that and then queue up. I have no idea how some of these pieces even move or how it works, but this is an appropriate punishment. This is where you're banished to after. I said that like with Roblox. Roblox chess is where you're banished to after failing your permanent chess challenge, which was, in that case, it was on. That must have been on chess.com still, but the lit chess was always my refuge that I went to when I failed on there, but now I failed on here too, so now I have no choice. Average wait time is greater than 10 minutes. Wait, really? What a that's a hilarious thing to actually see too, that it at least acknowledges that. Can I like play something while I wait? Let's do very hard. Why not? Okay, make a team. We just made the team, so let's just do it. Unranked, very hard versus one quad gamer, and we're still in the queue while we wait, so I guess that's good. We can move it twice. I'll assume it works. I'm not even gonna read it. I'll assume it works like your turn. Wait, what did they even do? I didn't even see it. What is the rook moves in straight lines? Okay, that's the rook. That's the king. So most of it is going to work the same way. Knight moves in L shape. The bishop moves diagonally. So wait, is it really just the window dressing of how they look? Like they don't actually... I thought there'd be some pieces, which maybe there are later or something, but that move in different ways as far as like... Yeah, it's very hard, but this is like a little cutesy kids game, so of course I'm going to be good enough to do this. Now the queen is going to move however it wants to. This is a rook. I'm kind of playing it way too fast for no reason. Let's go ahead. This is a bishop. This is a bishop. Type melee. But how is it melee if you... it's literally a ranged piece. Like, well, I mean, I guess it has to put itself in harm's way. This is a very hard computer, by the way. Why would it keep moving the same piece over and over like that? Okay, so the problem is I put two... Or no, never mind. It's fine. That's fine, but it can't capture forward, can it? There'll be all these other wonky rules of how it works. So we have the bishop potentially attacking the rook. And I'm kind of moving way too fast to really appreciate what's going on here, but he's moved that piece way too many fucking times. And this pawn structure is a little messy, but I kind of like it that way. So let me move the knight. Now, all they have is 4 rooks and 2 queens, though. So it means that they can't really trade very effectively. But what you can also do with that is sort of bully them with the pawns. And the reason why you can bully them with the pawns is because you have the ability to basically... moving the queen to attack the knight, which is covered. And so what you have is I can go here and sort of rub it in your face a little bit. The fact that you're here, so you're hitting this. So I should actually take it. I'll take, they'll take, I'll still take. And I'll even do it with the shitty knight. Oh, look at that. I like that animation. Now, if you take, I'll take back. And so you can't afford to do it. So their whole piece composition is a little messed up. Or maybe they could have potentially trapped it, but then they didn't because... Yeah, couldn't they have trapped it? Because, or that's kind of what they're trying to do. But it doesn't matter. I can go here. Or... Well, this will at least give it somewhere to escape to. They're moving pawns randomly. Do I have anything I can do here? Which is going to be... They're not making any obvious mistakes, but they're also not worthy of being called very hard. If I go here... That wasn't worth it for them at all, though. What do you mean? They literally traded down a rook, and they have very few pieces. Oh, really? Because you win a pawn. That's really going to do it for you. Okay, that's mine. That's mine. I can definitely afford to trade a little more than what they're doing. And the reason why is... Wait. Oh, I'm not even processing it. Like... What the fuck? They don't have enough pieces to play like this. How is this very hard, bro? What the fuck? Or maybe it's trying to match the rating that you're at, or I don't know. I don't know what's happening. They literally just traded down their queen. Like, this is garbage AI. Absolutely trash. They just keep moving back and forth and doing the same thing over and over. Now we get to do if you take, I take. I could create like some sort of stack on there. You attack that, you create a double stack. And you could go here, I guess, because if you take, I could double take, which wouldn't be entirely worth it, but given the way they're playing, I feel like I can afford to do it. So if they take, I don't know what happened with that. Let's just take here. Now it could pose some problem though still, because they could like double attack it. Oh shit, I'm throwing out. Damn, I was doing so good too. They would take, I would take. I guess I'll just let it happen, even though I don't understand it. What could I do here aside from? Oh, I could do like this, I guess. What? They just keep making random moves. Like, it doesn't mean that they're good at all or anything. So now I could go to move this. And just move this finally. I don't even have to move it though. That's the beauty of it. I go to here, they could take, and then you're opening something up. You could go up to here, I guess, or let me go here first. Yeah, they're not very good, despite being considered very hard, I suppose. They're giving up this, it seems like, but also their whole setup was just bad in terms of like they weren't able to take advantage of anything. As far as the actual checkmate, as usual, it is without me even fully realizing it. I'm just kind of giving random checks. So yeah, the very hard computer is pretty trash. I guess it's not going to let me play against like, are there any other pieces that, okay, you're just starting with the base ones, but this is the whole fun of it, where you get all these different pieces. See, this would be actually pretty fun to play online, and this could be objectively more complicated than chess, because you start off with 3 rows, you get to choose where everything goes, like setup chess. You get to even have these other pieces, like, so it's fun in that sense, but just like with every other chess game, unfortunately nobody actually plays it. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Okay, whatever, but at least we gave it a shot. I almost want to wait till the 10-minute mark just in principle, but that was almost just way too easy though, so that's stupid. Okay, see you later. Hey Nightmare, how's it going? Did she let you hit? Hit what? I always like that expression. Let's use some stimuli acme lingo from my debate format from 10 years ago when I would analyze, you know, the deeper meaning of phrases like that. Black Myth Wukong. So here I'm going to decide what to play as far as I'm going to bring back my chess video game anthology series, which basically just means that since I'm banished from Lichess and chess.com, I have to decide. I'll try to play other forms of chess and other games. I guess I could play it on Chess Kid or ICC or other stuff like that too, but in reality, what you're actually doing is I'll go through like different games on Steam and stuff. That wasn't a very good debate topic, though. Sometimes he comes up with pretty good ones. Or like, yeah, I've been in an open relationship, so like Yeah, I'm Destiny Junior for real, and everybody's ragging on Destiny now because they broke up and him and Melina and stuff. But I think it's a very, very unfair thing because it's like they'll dunk on him like, oh, he broke up, so that proves that open relationships don't work. But would you say that with any other relationship? Like, oh, anytime a celebrity has a divorce in like a normal marriage, does that prove that oh, marriages don't work, then don't be with single partner relationships, don't work because this big high profile celebrity broke up? Like, you could dunk on every single one then, right? It doesn't really prove what you think it does, that one relationship doesn't work out. What does it mean to be in an open relationship? It means you can be with multiple people. Like, you're with one person in a committed relationship, but you're also free to be with other people, and they're free to be with other people, kind of like that. So you can, you're not limited, but there's sort of still a fixation on one person as a main partner, but you still have the freedom to do other things, which is becoming increasingly common in the modern day. So let me see what I can do here. I didn't actually go in with a plan. I wanted to play something else other than chess, but chess is literally like my default thing. It's just when I don't know what else to do, when I don't have the energy, when I don't have the time, that's the treatment that chess deserves. And I'm very disappointed actually that I failed that because I was at a high point, like where I had to get to 2000. I'd gotten as high as 1730, and like that doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it was about as close as I was ever gonna get. And if I got to 2000, I was able to reopen my chess.com account, and it would just be a good thing. Heroes of Hammerwatch. Okay, let's just look up chess and decide games on here. I'll try to go with the ones that are free, but I don't really know how to like release date, user reviews. Like, I don't know. I don't mind if there's shogi. 3D shogi will break your brain. Chinese chess, I tried playing once. I played a lot of these ones. You've had your own harem, I see, in a manner of speaking, you could say that. Play a shooting game, I could play FPS chess. I want to play that Marvel game just to try it, but I don't really have the energy right now. It's so easy to play, or like card games. That's why I do it. I can play it with like one button, so I can be half asleep and it doesn't even matter. Wizards chess, which, see, this would be cool, but I don't want to pay money for it. Wizards chess, like in Harry Potter, where all it is just regular chess, but they hit the pieces with the whatever. They make them actually destroy the pieces as they're doing it. Global chess seemed like a cool idea. Let me actually check that one, I guess. So this would be by release date. These are at least relatively new then. Chess bomb. Okay, I'll check out a couple of these. Why not? Let me see what I can do here. So chess bomb. I'm actually gonna have to download it here. Or wait, there's a demo, but it's also out. Or maybe not. It'll just be like atomic chess, I bet. So many of these are going to be dumb too, but it doesn't matter. Chess Base 16 Steam Edition, which is like $100. Have you ever used Chess Base Nightmare? It's like a program that GMs use to study and stuff. Okay, this isn't working. How do you see the demo? Chess Bomb demo. What the hell? It just takes you to here and then you can't do it. Steam is learning about this game. Let me see if I can do this. I don't really understand. Maybe they took it off. Whatever. Okay, I'll skip that one. Let's just find another free one, recent one. Auto GUI Battler demo. It looks like chess, but I don't know what the hell it is. What is this? TV Auto Battler, the GUI. What the hell are we looking at here? This is like a game that I made. I guess I'm not showing you anything I'm looking at, but let me just pick one quickly. Okay, global chess seems cool. I forgot what I was playing last time. It was like, no. Yeah, maybe I should do a stream of that because I'll just kind of look at it for the first time, but it's expensive as hell. There's like $600 versions of it. Okay, can I please just get one of these to work? And so it'll be permanent in the sense that I'll play until I lose a game, whether it be against AI, whether it be against other players. If I lose a game, then I move on to the next one. So, these are kind of a dime a dozen. That you don't really have to worry. Okay, this one's taking a little bit to download. Maybe I should check out one of those though. Why is it taking so long? I guess because I'm already streaming. Let me look at some more of these while I wait. Like ICC or something like that, I should probably have as a backup. Soldier Auto Chess, Exo Evolved. Some of these look like chess, but they aren't really anything like it in gameplay. We're like, what is this? I don't understand. Buy new cards. I like the UI of this though. This is kind of like an old school Flash game or something. What the hell? Look at how fast it's showing it too. Like, what the hell kind of an ad is this? What am I playing it on, like 100 times speed? Bro, what is this guy? An RTS StarCraft player where they'd have like max micro? It's moving so fast you can't see what the hell is going on. Bro, this 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 trailer is awesome. It's so fast that you can't see a goddamn thing. Tic-tac-toe. Obviously, Wormius made that one that people were comparing to tic-tac-toe. That's kind of interesting. I keep forgetting the name of it. Yeah, I really got to just make my own game, but I lack the creativity or the effort to do it. New challenge: if you lose, you are banned from playing any type of chess in any platform or board forever, which is pretty much where we're at anyway. Like, this is pure desperation mode. This one seems kind of cool, actually. Let me like make a list of the ones that I would want to try. So we would have ICC and like Chess Kid, even though, oh, you could, oh, what the hell happened? Okay, I guess we're playing this now. Okay, Global Chess. And then from there we get to join, host, leave. Can I just like play against a bot? Player settings. You know, it'd be really bad if it forces you to play with somebody. Scale with players or per player. This is gonna be like a 4x kind of what do you call it? But see, they should let you play against AI or just let me see how it works. That's the worst when it's like a dead game that nobody plays, that you also don't give us an option. Come on, really? That's so dumb. Turn-based, cooldown, moves per turn, initially 3, or spawning, or per player. So I guess we just, see, that makes the game completely unplayable. I paid $0 for this. But no, the point is, okay, let's do the next one here. ICC, let me see. I did play on this briefly for, wait, but this looks like a totally different thing. I don't remember how this looked. Is this actually the same site? Play now. Like, who actually uses this, though, unironically? Let's play a game as a guest while I just wait. Assuming anybody's even playing. Okay, new game, rapid. Like, who is this guy? How did we find a match that quickly? That's faster than we... I messed up my opening already. But no, I think I finally realized what it is about chess that I quote-unquote like so much. It's that it's just a throwaway format. Like, I can just do it. I'm doing it just to do it. I have no real genuine interest. I'm not even enjoying it anymore. Like, it's literally just like a troll format. I like the UI of this board actually a little bit. I'm gonna have to play you in chess with my imagination. E4. Why? We can play on one of these sites if you want. Just join ICC and I'll make... I swear I just played on here, but is this maybe not the same ICC? How could there be two of them? Like, I swear it's something different. And my pink flamingo thing is always so validated too. Right, that the way I play with even the backwards pawns. 1.5 years rusty, I'm obviously just garbage, but I guess I have at least played on a regular basis. I really just wanted to get to 2000 without studying, and I was so, not even so close, but I was so like in the rhythm of it, and then I just completely lost it. Like there was something I was doing that was right. This is why I like having it on video. Like, sure, I'm not good, I'm a clown, I can accept that, but that stretch where I got to 1720 and I was like, I got from 15 to 17 in like a pretty quick amount of time. there must have been something I was doing right, and even I don't know what it is, but you know, you can't just do that purely by fluke, purely by accident. Might be you. I think I'd beaten you before too, but it's very rare. Or my biggest issue was always time. Like, you'll probably flag me if I... Why does that feel so janky? I actually love the UI of this, though. The whole, I don't know, just the piece set and everything looks pretty nice. Like, who is this guy? I want to see his profile. Okay, you can leave that there. I don't really care. I'm literally like a top 20% player in the world. So he could give a check there, which is like the bottom feeder effect. Anybody can be that if you're just not completely terrible. You can do this. If he checks, it really doesn't matter. It can even be bad because you can trap him in there, so it's pointless to do that. Then we could create a double stack. I don't know what exactly he's doing right now, but I'll just do it anyway. The one thing you never want is to have two knights because they just suck. You don't even really want to have one, but nobody has ever come up with a good argument for why you would need two knights. Like, what is the only time when you have two of them? Oh, when you start the game because you have no choice. We'll do this. There's nowhere good he can go. He can go here. Okay. You can give the check there. You can do this. I can take... Okay, I mean, I knew that. It sort of has a bit of a stutter with that where I... or wait, he didn't even do it. Okay, this is cute and all, but the only thing you gotta worry about is the simple fact that I'd like to threaten the queen. I don't see, like, immediately what he can do here. That is so good. Okay, fine. Just because I don't see it doesn't mean there isn't something there. Okay, dude. I made a misclick at one point, honestly, but... It's not even giving us a rating kind of estimation here. I have the bishops all active and everything, so... It's, it would almost seem like there's something good going on with this, but I don't know. So again, I basically slipped that one move and then he took off pretty well after that. Vant Crugis opening. I don't think I've ever seen that. Let's just try to keep harassing here a little bit. But yeah, we should do some sort of permanent thing like that. This won't count because we're not even logged in, but I guess it probably should. And I want to make sure it's been only 6 months since I did this too, because I did play on these sites anyway. Okay, that's fine, I guess. He's actually giving up a piece to do it. There's only a +4. Okay. No, never mind. It's covered. I could totally still draw this one, I bet. I'm better at drawing games than winning games. Okay, you take here. There you just get blocked out by that, but I'll still do it anyway. And then you go here. You do this, I could always move. I could go here, and then I could also just... Okay, nothing I can do with that. You could just play a very stale... If you use the bishops really well here, like as in a bishop pair, you could absolutely still do well. It's still pinned. You can bring the other thing there, right? You're really pushing your luck a bit. And so you go here, take. At this point, you really don't want to take anything at all. And the reason why is because you want to take advantage of what little material you have left. I mean, we have the same number of pieces, but he just has the rook obviously instead and a couple of pawns. But I mean, you know, if you can show that the knight is just garbage, then you can make it, you know, 2 bishops is way better than a knight. Or I mean, it could equalize even a knight and a rook because of the bishop pair. And so the point is that you're basically able to... Oh, I can just do this. Now, he'd have some potential check there, but he actually doesn't have it. Now, you could pin it down if I'm not careful. I could try to give a check here. I'm not sure entirely what it does. It's only a +3 now, so it's not really a big thing. Would have been great if you could give a check there, but you can't do it. Watch out for his own checks that he can do, which I don't really see what they are. You have this one here. Okay. It would almost be a situation here where you can just trade down because you don't even have to worry about, you know, he's just up by a good amount. Puzzle Quest. Like all these obscure chess sites that nobody knows about and nobody ever plays on because, oh, that could have been a mistake. I don't know how good these checks really are, but you can kind of bully around a lot now. This is pretty prime central positions for the bishop. Like you couldn't ask for a better outcome right now, but it's still not enough. Like how is this still not good enough? Might be better. No, I don't know. He's not using the other rook effectively at all, and so that's one benefit that I have. I gotta use my profile icon. This game should be to unlock, at least if I draw and survive, to unlock my ability to actually make an account on here. You go to here, I guess, but you can't even really do it. You can do this, which is kind of cute. And I can't really justify taking that. So I'm just going to try to keep spam checking. You almost should be able to get a 3-fold repetition here or something because there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to just give a ton of checks. Or guess what I can do now? If you take, guess what I do? I take this and take that and take it for free. Is he going to be clever enough to see it? Surely he's going to do it. But even if he does see it, right, then that would be effective. Look at how I play inspired once I am actually losing. Look at this, dude. Look at this. What is this, dude? Doesn't that just show you, like, look at how that was an impossibly disadvantaged, terrible game. And now I might actually win, or even if I draw. That was unbelievable. I love that. I can play so bad for so long. Okay, now it's going to be very tight. I might still... No, I mean, I can't really lose, but I'll probably draw it, which is fine. It just shows you, like, I'm better than everybody I play half the time, most of the time, but I don't apply myself. As soon as it gets interesting or you start trying, or maybe he just gets cocky and makes a mistake. I love that tendency. You can't beat me. If I'm actually trying, you cannot beat me. You could do this, but that's problematic because you could attack both at once, so I don't see why I'd do that. Let me see. Yeah, something about the UI on here I actually kind of like, so I'll stall for time a little bit until I can play Roblox chess, but I kind of want to play like just other things in general now. I don't really have like a fixed schedule, or we're double attacking that, but he could cover it there. But then I could take this at least, but then he could pin it down, then I could give a check, then I could take. You could do this, or maybe better yet, I could do this and then not bad. We're +1, 4 minutes left. Imagine how this guy must feel. You go ahead, you can do, I feel like doing the check, but I also don't know why really. Sometimes I like to give checks just for the sake of doing it, but there's no deeper meaning to it. You could give a check here, and you could attack the bishop. If I can just trade the rook off, that should be an auto win as well. This is kind of cute. Can't take either one of them. You know, just spam checks and good things could happen. You could check there and do it, but the problem is you'll lose the cover there, so I'll wait. You could give this check here. I've been kind of waiting and expecting that one. Okay, that is fine with me for now. I'm gonna get overzealous with all these checks that I'm doing. You could cover there, or you could try to take here, which I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do. Cover this, I can cover it back, create the infinite loop, back like that. Now the thing is free to move. Okay. Now this you should be guaranteed to take one of them no matter what. Or I guess not right away. Now you could like sort of unleash it, but there's nothing good to unleash into. You go like this. Giving actually that up too. Right, so I'm giving up 2 of them. And I'm trying to follow almost like a touch move rule basis here where I get to I could give a check there that maybe could have been interesting, but okay. If only I was higher, then I could have taken that. There probably could be a draw here now anyway, which is surprising. Right, because he has too many pawns and I'm not doing this properly at all. And I could try to go here. If you push, I can take. If you don't push, you can't cover it. So I should be guaranteed to get this one no matter what. I guess unless you threaten the bishop, then the act of me taking that would put my bishop under threat. This is actually kind of an interesting game. I can't remember when I did that other format. Like I did a permadeath website gauntlet thing. For, okay, dude, okay. I mean, I'm kind of almost aiming for a draw anyway, so I don't care. That's pretty unbelievable that you're even able to do that, but there's nothing you can do because if you check, or somehow he was able to do that, I guess I can still do this. You give a check there, I gave a check with that, so you can't even take the pawn. I can try to promote it, but you do have 2 passed pawns connected as well. And then if you push it, I take. If you push this, I can't really deal with it for now. Not a bad idea. Kind of getting away with a few of these odd checks, though, that otherwise I would have lost a pawn in some of these cases. Is there a dark square thing we got going on? Okay, let's just push that all the way. He'll spam a couple checks with the king. Oops. Okay, dude. I got overzealous. I could have easily covered that. So that would have been the victory condition. I might actually just flag this guy though too. If you take, I take. Can't go back down. You could go there. I could check again. We got this. Okay, you got him here. Where is he gonna go? To a dark square. I could check again there. And if he takes, I take. He can't take the second time. There's so much tedium and repetition in chess that's so annoying. Like, even when you play well, when you play badly, no matter what you do, it's always just round and round. Just go for a draw, go for flagging, go for stupid stuff, even longer formats. It's just always such a waste. Now, this would be kind of cute, but the problem is you have a situation where, damn, if only I could give a meaningful check with the thing. Because I would end up, I would take, they would take, and then I'm actually screwed. So I shouldn't actually do it. But I maybe should be happy to just do a draw. Right now I'm gonna almost have to sack. I might actually lose now. Because I could sack the bishop for one of these, but he's gonna get it too close then at that point. Oh! No, dude, no. This is what I mean though. Like, is this really a fun game? Is it really worth playing chess? Because you see every aspect of it. It doesn't feel rewarding. Like, I do so badly at the beginning, then I do well, and then this happens. Like, is that really that's why these compelled draw sequences are so much better. Like, I know it's a draw, like I'm trying to it still was a draw anyway, incredible. But you know what I mean, like, it's just not interesting. Okay, Exo Evolved could be something. I couldn't play the other one. Let's try that one. Exo Evolved and Dicey Chess. Okay, let's look at those two. Exo Evolved and Dicey Chess. We have to go and we actually have to download them. Unfortunately, the open world one didn't work, or not open world, even just global chess. So I don't know what exactly this is, but it looks like chess at least a little bit. I love the UI and like the old school, almost scuffed flash game element that it has. I should have probably had these ready, but I really didn't know what I wanted to even do. Magic the Gathering Arena, 2 hours on record it shows. Even though I played it for literally like 2 years, just not on Steam though. We're downloading that one. What was the other one called? Games for the Table. The problem with so many of these is, and I've said it a million times, the problem with so many of these is the fact that they have no player base, right? That's why even that chess exclamation mark one was so valuable. So let's just look at maybe the first page here. Luck Auto Chess. Tabletop Simulator. What is this? Bristol 1350. It's gonna be like just different locations. Buy a different DLC for every location on the planet where you could potentially play in different time period. Extra poison. What the hell is some of this stuff, man? Infernal Chess. This is like this looks kind of like just Chess Ultra. Infernal Chess, dark fantasy chess game set in the fire depths of hell. Battle on a volcanic chessboard of creature-themed pieces. Master strategic gameplay as you navigate intense atmosphere of the Inferno. They just stole the piece set from Chess Ultra. Isn't that what this literally is? There was that one set that I like so much. Like, look at all the window dressing that a game like chess gets too. It's so shameless. Like, even in fiction, they use it as an analogy for, I don't know. AI has been used to help develop this game's cover art. That's always a good sign. What do you mean, dude? Boycott the game right there. Games for the table. Puzzle Checkers the Rooks demo. Okay, I don't like doing puzzles though. Luck Auto Chess, Infernal Chess. Skill Legends Royale. I don't know what some of these even really have to do with chess, but anything to make it more interesting. Again, they'll just have a gimmick board for aspect like that. Cat girl chess. It'll just be some one random gimmick like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Chess Ultimate I just tried the last time. King's Game. How long does this page go on for? Like, what the hell? Okay, let's look at Dicey Chess, I guess. Let me download a couple of these. And then I get to go from there. Let me see. Dicey Chess, then games for the board. This is just a demo, but that's good enough for me. Let's try what it is. Okay, games for the table. This is like Tabletop Simulator, but for free. 137 megabytes. Then we'll try the Infernal Chess one. Once again, the criteria is I'll play each one until I... Wait, this one looks like it's already out. Or when they have this early access thing, they don't let you actually see the demo. Right, like it'll normally have a demo and then it'll go away once they... I don't know, like with that other game I just looked at. Infernal Chess 3D demo. Yeah, see, it just takes you back here. Damn it, I wanted to try that. Infernal Chess, Skill Legends Royale. I don't know what that is. That might not even be anything really to do with chess. Chess and blocks. Is also free. I'm just farming the free games out. And again, none of them are going to have any players playing them, so it's going to be a waste of time. Ninja Numpties. Demo. None of these games, I don't know how demos work on Steam, I guess. Download PC demo. Oh, maybe I'm just missing it. Infernal Chess 3D demo. Oh, Steam has like a search function now. Demonic is what appears though instead of demo. Incredible. Ninja Numpties Cat Girl Chess. One of these is gonna be like not safe for work or something. I'm gonna get in trouble. Get banned for playing Cat Girl Chess. Online PvP, but again, is it really online PvP? Because this is really what I choose to be doing right now. Like, what is the ESRB rating? The sequel to chess we've all been waiting for. Yes, that's right. 3D chess with cat girls. Play online with a friend today. Highly refined game for the delight of your intellectual capacity. It'll just be the game, and it'll be with cat, you know. It's so stupid. Bell-sided demo, or maybe it's free, so it wouldn't matter. Planned release date 2026. Yeah, some of these demos are sort of bugged out because trials of random something. What? Trials of Random. Why didn't that show up? You can't even see anything I'm doing now. Okay, demo once again, and it's not going to let me do it. Yeah, so many of them don't have that. Okay, this one did have it, and then King's Gambit will do. And it may be a demo. Okay, so a lot of these are just demos anyway, but nobody's going to be playing them, so it won't matter. It's not like you're missing out. So we'll go to here and decide which one I want to do, which should probably be some of these are going to be super obscure too. Okay, Exo Evolve, Dicey Chess, we'll start with those ones. Let it finish downloading. That's always a good selection. See, there's quite a bit of variety. So even when I'm not really playing chess, let me look up a few things here though, like Infernal Chess 3D demo. Why is that not actually working? Steam database app info. Hard chart games 0 in app. Well, that would be true anyway. Install, which would that actually work then? Because let me try from here then, even though it doesn't make sense because it wasn't on the Steam page. Open Steam. Gonna give me a virus or something. It is actually working. That's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. So what were some of the other ones that didn't have a... I'm so confused. How would you get it from there but not whatever I was just looking at? Like, let's look at that one. Skill Legends Royale. Or no. What was that other one that looked kind of cool? Oh yeah, Spell Sided. So if you can't find a demo on Steam, even though it says there is one, go to like Steam Database, Steam DB, and then try to download it from there, which is odd. That actually did work. That's so weird. But assuming it actually launches and everything properly. This one's like 513 megabytes, which is insane for a demo. So let's just let these finish, and then I get to actually play one of them, and we'll just see what we can do. I'm not necessarily gonna do all of them right now. I barely have energy to even probably do one of them. So the cat girl one is clearly gonna be meme worthy. Okay, downloading 11 out of 12. Come on. These are all pretty small download sizes in general. And I'm just using display capture for now because it doesn't really matter with stuff like this. Like, you might be able to game capture some of them, but I played that Chess Ultimate the last time and I beat like the highest difficulty of a bot, but it didn't matter because of this. Like, it was just like regular chess, but it has like other kind of pieces potentially in there, like a wizard and this and that, which you got to unlock them. So that one seemed pretty fun. But once again, the problem is that nobody's actually playing it. So it shows you the real problem of player base issues that these games always have, that it's just chess. So you could just play anywhere, but it's all just for like one little gimmick that you're trying to make all the difference. And in fact, let me actually play that again just to try it out. So my whole thing with this is you get to play the bot, obviously, because there's going to be no players, or one time there will be somehow. All characters required. Unranked blind pick. Oh, you get to build a team in a very fun kind of way. Let me just go with the same one that I did last time, though. So I had a good number of pawns, unranked, average wait time greater than 10 minutes because nobody actually plays the game. Versus CPU. Let's do another hard mode, very hard CPU. And they played like absolute clowns. But no, I like the setup aspect of it. That this is exactly how I did it before. You can move the pawn twice. You get the triple row aspect of it too. So this is a knight. Or wait, what is... no, it's a bishop. So go like this. I should probably use my custom chess cursor too. My turn. This is the knight over here. But no, even though this is the highest difficulty of a bot, it was really shitty actually. So they have the king over there. I mean, the pieces just look different, but then there are some different pieces to concern yourself with too later. And the reason why, so I should move the queens kind of last. I thought I had 2 rooks though. You only have 1 apparently. they started to make just really dumb moves later, and they kind of didn't have the greatest variety of pieces. And so you have this attacking there, which I wouldn't really be bothered by, but the problem that I'm running into is that, I don't know, like the queen's almost gonna get trapped there or something, unironically. I could go like maybe there if that happened, but they're already setting up almost for something there. I should open up some free space for it to move. This is literally what I'm choosing to do with my, you know, of all the things I could possibly play, this is what I'm doing. You could do this, but you can't. Can't move the queen there. The real problem that I'm having is moving the actual bishop here. Right, this light square bishop is locked in there. Why would you move the king in a situation like this? Let's try to deal with these, but it's very difficult to do it. It'd be kind of cool if I unlock some of the other pieces, but I don't know how to even do that for now. So we got this one here. And then I'll be able to move the bishop there and try to trade it. You got the queen hitting here, which really doesn't matter for now. Or no, it would allow you to then double take though, so I guess it does matter. That was a decent move. Okay, let's move the queen back, and then we'd be more adequately covering this. So if I raise it, they take. I guess maybe I didn't have to worry about it too much. I would raise the pawn. They would take. I would take. They would take. I would still take. Moving the pawn there, and then the big thing is I could try to move my. Let's just take it. This is covered here. All those animations are pretty cute. This seems like a good central spot just for the thing to be in. You're gonna miss something like this now. That's gonna be a big deal because you have the ability to. Let's just cover this for now. If we push it, then we're potentially hitting here, but they can obviously negate it with a check as well. You go here, and then it's like they would take, I would take, they would take, I would take, they would take, I would still take. Let's just take this for now. They could have taken and given a check, and I could have taken back, but it would have been a way to get out of any pressure I might have been putting. So let me try to like almost double stack that. Or wait a second. Even if they double take, it's worth it because this is a really shitty bot too. It's a high level bot, but the highest one, but it's still so bad. So I don't know what to do now. They could potentially hit that anytime that they want. Let me try to create a double stack with the guy in front. Wait a second. Wasn't that my bishop? So why hasn't he taken it in all this time? What's happening? Yeah, this AI actually kind of sucks. Very hard, by the way. 1337. So trash. Oh, it's my turn. I always miss their turn. It's so anticlimactic even. So even here, we could cover that, and then he just didn't even care. Just ignore my bishop. I don't know. You could bring the queen in and be a little more aggressive here. Which might have even been bad for me, like you're kind of trapping this in here a bit. Oh, that could have been a really bad move. But I guess I can get away with it because they're so bad themselves. Take here, then you could unleash, but there's no good unleash to do. Or, no, my king is still protected. I could do an unleash myself, which would have been, you know, like this. You give a check. You could go here. I'm not seeing anything crazy that they're even doing. They're really not doing much of anything at all. You take here again. You give another check. This would be almost a mate, especially if you had the back rank ability. Give a check here, so they have a couple bishops there. And then if the knight could come in, a knight should be useful. That would be cute. But it can't. You could do this because you can't move it. Otherwise, you're in check. So that would just be attacking the thing itself. The queen, okay, checkmate. As usual, getting a mate without even really realizing it. So how do I unlock some of the other pieces, though? Character unlock keys. I guess that answers it. I would like to see how the other characters work. This menu actually reminds me of like Clash of Clans, the way they show that. Let's just go in order and try them out. The turtle can move 1 square in a straight line. Costs 2 points. Sure, let's see how that works. Not enough keys. I just got one. What do you mean? What? What are you talking about not enough? Did I get it or not? Didn't you just say I had one? What? Buy the turtle character. I'm so confused. Okay, let's just see how he works. Or maybe I should. The turtle moves in straight lines 1 square at a time. Try them out. So isn't that almost like a king? You've completed the turtle tutorial. Different kind of meaning that turtle takes on in chess. I'm so confused. What did I do with the key then if I... What? Damn it, I just want to unlock something, but it's no fun even playing against the AI. Right, because it's so bad, so why even bother? Even if I did get them, I'd have to play against myself or something. That's so shitty. Like, why is the very hard AI that bad? Okay, see you tomorrow.